Do you know why Ethiopia does not follow BC or AD on their calendar? Because Christianity and the Bible originated in Ethiopia. Therefore, they don't believe in that crucifixional story of a black horse being placed in a white Jesus costume. So as you can see, we are all Ethiopians because Zion is just another name for Ethiopia. And respecting Zion, it will be said, each and every one was born in her, and the Most High himself shall firmly establish her. So as we all know, life started on the continent of Ethiopia. So in the books, Blacks Before America, it states that Egypt was called the granddaughter of Ethiopia, and Egyptians were referred to as disobedient Ethiopians because all blacks were known as Ethiopians. Just ask Herodotus. And as you can see, the ancient Egyptian civilization started 6,315 years ago. Some said it started 5,165 years ago. But either way, it's younger than the Ethiopian calendar because the Ethiopian civilization is the oldest, and it started 7,515 years ago. Because on September 11, 2008 was the year 2000 Common Era, plus 5,500 years. So as you can see, the kings and queens of Ethiopia predates the Egyptian civilization because it started 6,485 years ago. And this alone should let you know Ethiopia is the first. Because Ge'ez, which is the Ethiopian language, and which all Bibles are translated out of, is considered the father language. And Ge'ez is considered even older than the Hebrew language. Why? Because in the beginning, it was one God and no religion. Therefore, there wasn't any religion to say that you are. So as you notice, there's no civilization older than Ethiopia. So let's listen.
The head of gold which represent the kingdom of Babylon from 626 to 539 BC.
The breast and arms of silver which represent the kingdom of the Medo-Persians from 539 to 331 BC.
The thigh of bronze which represent the kingdom of Greece from 331 to 168 BC.
The legs of iron which represent the Roman kingdom from 1681 BC to 476 AD.
The feet of mixed iron and clay which represent modern Europe from 476 AD.
Notice not one of them predates Ethiopia. Not even the Assyrians.
If you think about it geographically, Egypt is in the south. Over in the east, in Mesopotamia, was the ancient empire of Assyria. And that's where these reliefs are from, Assyria. Sandwiched in the middle.
And they were black because that whole section was Ethiopia.
We can see today the images of the founding Africans in the temple in Susa, Iran. These ancient testimonies show the great influence of black Africa in the development of early European and Mediterranean society. To the ancient peoples, Egypt was the stuff of dreams, and the Ethiopians were the highest manifestation of those dreams. In their time, it was acknowledged that the root of the Egyptian civilization was from the interior of Africa. For example, Theodorus of Sicily wrote about the major festival of Egypt and said, for each year, among the Egyptians, the shrine of Zeus was carried across the river into Libya and then brought back some days later as if the gods were arriving from Ethiopia.
Because they know all life started in Ethiopia. So don't be this fool right here. I don't know what happened with him.
Okay, hold on.
You're 4,500 years old.
In reference to European civilization. In other words, European civilization is younger than the Ethiopian civilization, but he's going to look for someone European to tell him the beginning.
Wait, how old?
And we 7 million.
Well, African civilization was 3150 BC. I think this is a more complicated question. So the oldest civilization is from Southern Africa, the San people from Southern
The
Africa.
San people that look Asian, yes. The San people, that's where everybody's traced from. You can see the documentary, The Journey of Man, where this white guy, who's a geneticist, proved that. The Journey of Man, it's on YouTube. They even have a book. This white dude went out, so you guys will believe it. Blonde-haired white guy wanted to find out the...
No, you believed it. But in reality, the whole region from India to Egypt and the entire continent was Ethiopia. It wasn't called South African Sea either. Because as you could clearly see, the Ethiopian Sea was in reference to the Atlantic Ocean. And as we all know, South Africa is by the Atlantic Ocean, but they don't call it the Zulu Ocean or the South African Ocean. It's literally called the Ethiopian Ocean, just like the continent was called. So hello, wake up, dude.
Some Walter Raleigh, some who was Amerigo Vespucci, some kind of Johnny come lately, talking about them at some kind of discovery. I'm an is the living anthropology, I'm an is the living archaeology.